Tony Khan was not the best booker of 2023. Not even close. But was he actually the worst booker of the year? It's December and everybody's handing out imaginary brass rings to 2023's best and worst in wrestling. The only real awards in this industry are on this channel, and I promise you, the best match of the year didn't have shit to do with the Tokyo Dome, the wrestler of the year doesn't have imaginary 5-star ratings shoved up his ass, and the booker of the year, well, I think we can all agree on that. But since it's awards season, let's start off with the award for most likely to get slapped on stage by CM Punk. Punk has no shortage of ops, so this was anybody's game, but it's actually a three-way tie between Jack Perry and the Young Bucks. The Young Bucks couldn't be here to accept the award because they're still mourning the death of being the elite, and Jack Perry is hiding somewhere in a devil's mask, so I'll accept this award on their behalf. Congratulations, fellas. Your trophies are being sent to Reseda. The award for most dormant champion was also hotly contested. Both Roman Reigns and Rhea Ripley picked their spots and defended their titles whenever they damn well pleased in 2023. Both had the same blessings and curses. Big stars. Huge stars, dominant champions, but too dominant for their own good. Nobody's believed a Roman Reigns challenger can actually dethrone him since Cody Rhodes should have at WrestleMania 39. Meanwhile, nobody's believed the Rhea Ripley challenger can beat her like ever. Jade Cargill can't get here soon enough. But the most dormant champion of 2023, an award presented by Brock Lesnar, is Roman Reigns. The 2023 comeback of the year has to go to CM Punk. Usually a comeback story involves somebody coming back from injury like Randy Orton, or maybe somebody getting their job back like Nia Jax, or even somebody reinventing themselves late in their career like Christian. But CM Punk forced himself out of AEW, they still have to pay him, and he's back in WWE because Tony Khan caught a case of philophobia. Only in the wrestling business. Tony Khan was not the best booker of 2023. Shawn Michels was. Easily. NXT is one of the best wrestling shows on TV and even surpassed Dynamite in my opinion. So does that make Tony Khan the worst booker of the year? Kind of. AEW had a rough 2023, but they're soldiering on. The product overall has remained high quality from a wrestling standpoint, but the booking has regressed. Talent is getting frustrated. AEW's issues figure to get worse before they get better because my arch rival QT Marshall split. Kevin Sullivan got, he gone. And the promotion is currently plagued with negativity. Tony Khan's shaky infrastructure has now allowed 3 of their biggest stars to defect to WWE, where they've all become even bigger stars. Yes, that includes Jade Cargill, who hasn't even wrestled yet. AEW's worked shoot booking continued to bite them in the ass with another CM Punk debacle in 2023. And while I want to name Tony Khan the worst booker of the year, I know he won't accept this award. He'll just pass the buck to somebody else. Like how Bryan Danielson had to take the fall for CM Punk. Or how as soon as Ric Flair got in trouble, that multi-year contract that was reported on AEW's own website turned into Ric Flair's paying to be here. He doesn't work for us. Blame Woo Energy. When a promotion doesn't have a true leader, it must turn to its locker room leader. Therefore, the worst booker of 2023 is Bryan Danielson. AEW's problems are all your fault, Bryan. Ric Flair also won the award for fakest controversy of 2023, when Ric Flair was canceled for cutting a Ric Flair promo. He literally used a line in character that he's been reciting for decades now. And now it's a problem because Gen Z wrestling fans found out who Ric Flair was through an episode of Dark Side of the Ring. Flair actually teased that he might be on his way out of AEW due to his latest controversy, which would make him the envy of half of that locker room. Because the award for most disgruntled talent was a close race between the Hardys, Andrade, CM Punk, Miro, and Britt Baker.
Now a word from our sponsors.
Have you ever Googled yourself only to be shocked to find all the personal, detailed information that's about you? Man, I just Googled my cousin and I couldn't believe all the detailed information about him that popped up on all these people search websites. And guess what? He couldn't believe it either. Data brokers are making a fortune selling your information to robocallers, spammers, and others who want to learn more about you, like where you live. That's why I'm excited to tell you about today's sponsor, Aura. Aura can identify data brokers exposing your information and submit opt-out requests on your behalf. Brokers are legally required to remove your information if you ask them, but a lot of them make it really hard, and it's not as easy as just hitting the unsubscribe button. Let Aura handle that for you. It's really easy to set up, so you don't have to download several different apps to get things like parental controls, antivirus, VPN, password management, identity theft insurance, and more. You get everything at one affordable price. I do it all: Forbes, Wrestling Inc., StreamYard, Pro Wrestling Bits, so I've got a lot of logins. And Aura's password management is the best password manager I've ever dealt with. So user-friendly. Let Aura do the hard work of keeping you safe online so you can focus on other tasks with peace of mind. You can either let people continue to exploit you and profit off your private information, or you can go to aura.com/PWB to start your free 2-week trial, also linked in my description.
Baker is a top star in the AEW women's division, which is where women's wrestling goes to wrestle for about 5 minutes so AEW can check a box. Despite being a top star, Britt Baker hasn't been allowed to speak all year, so Dr. Britt Baker wins by a tooth. These same wrestling fans have been outraged in the past whenever real-life death is used in a storyline. Yet somehow, Christian Cage is being praised for cutting promos on real-life dead dads everywhere. Somehow, Christian Cage gets a pass for exploiting death. Maybe it's the Canadian accent, eh? Anyway, the award for least disgusting promotional tactic goes to Christian Cage sunning all the dead dads out there. Christian Cage couldn't be here to accept the award because your father's dead. The Black Wrestler of the Year, my favorite award, was Carmelo Hayes. Trick Williams wasn't too far behind. Swerve Strickland made a late push. Bobby Lashley and the Street Profits would have run away with this award if WWE had any clue what to do with him. The most meaningless belt of 2023? Jesus, so many choices, mostly in AEW. But it's the holiday season, so let's take it easy on AEW for this one and say the most meaningless belt of the year was anything with the letters ROH on it. The internet darling of the year is Will Ospreay. Dave Meltzer will not rest until you love Will Ospreay like a son, and that desperation to anoint Will Ospreay is part of what turns him off to a lot of people. Ospreay's basically AEW in human form. Ospreay can't accept this award quite yet, bruv, but he will appear once his New Japan contract expires. Ospreay also won for Message Board Match of the Year against Kenny Omega at Wrestle Kingdom inside the Tokyo Dome. The NPCs in the Discord chats love that one. The award for Match of the Year, straight up, goes to Gunther, Drew McIntyre, and Sheamus. I really wanted to give this to Carmelo and Dragunov for their instant classic at No Mercy, but I was in the building for that triple threat match, which was the best triple threat match in history and one of the best WrestleMania matches ever. The Jon Moxley Hepatitis C Award goes to Hangman Adam Page and Swerve Strickland, who made national headlines for their bloodbath at Full Gear, smack dab in the middle of a contract year for TV. That was certainly a choice. And say what you will about that match, but it felt like Bret Hart versus Stone Cold at WrestleMania 13 in their bloody classic, which led to a double turn that launched Steve Austin to superstardom. Nobody's saying Swerve is the next Stone Cold, at least he won't be in that white-obsessed AEW, but Swerve leveled up immediately after this match, so it did its job. The award for Twitter Meltdown of the Year was anybody's game. Between all the egos in pro wrestling and all the emotional problems across the wrestling media, meltdowns on Twitter are as common in the wrestling business as Diddy allegations these days. God damn, what is going on with Diddy? Is he trying to buy NBC or something? Anyway, your winner and defending champion for Twitter Meltdown of the Year is Tony Twitterfingers after he lost the Wednesday Night War. The Bloodline dominated 2022, but took a step back this year as they prepare for the Cody Rhodes dynasty. Therefore, the storyline of the year was not the Bloodline. It was actually MJF and Adam Cole. Even though they lost steam following Cole's injury, this was a type of sports entertainment storyline that will force AEW out of the unwashed hands of its hardcore fans and into the mainstream. The stable of the year was not the Bloodline. It was the Judgment Day. The Judgment Day is pretty overexposed these days, but WWE is using the Bloodline playbook, right down to casting R-Truth in the Sami Zayn role. Fortunately, the Bloodline playbook has gotten them all over, all while reinvigorating the career of Finn Balor. The Wrestler of the Year is Cody Rhodes. Let's go, Cody! He's the biggest star in the business, the hardest working, the most over, you name it. Being a white meat babyface in 2023 is one of the hardest feats to accomplish in this era of cynicism and motherfuckers getting canceled over Ric Flair promos. So the fact that Cody Rhodes makes it look easy is a testament to the GOAT. Let's go, Cody! The Women's Wrestler of the Year is Io Sky, who broke out during her match against Bianca Belair, where a white-hot Puerto Rican crowd turned on poor Bianca and backed Io. Io hasn't looked back since winning the WWE Women's Championship and quietly stealing Damage Control away from Bayley. We'll see you soon, Mercedes. Bayley's always got a plan. LA Knight ran away with the breakout star of 2023. People obsessed with soulless, meaningless wrestling matches can't stand it, but LA Knight is getting over, making money, and selling merch with a simple formula that won't take years off his career. That's what this business is all about. Believe me, your favorite PWG wrestler would kill to be LA Knight. Speaking of Knight, the 2023 word of the year is yeah. It was almost yeet, but yeet ran out of time. Between yeah, yeet, and what? WWE promos are going to be impossible 10 years from now. Yeet! Yeah! Fun! And finally, the best attendance was AEW Collision during the Young Bucks' victory lap when CM Punk got fired. I'm just kidding. No, but seriously, the award for best attendance goes to AEW All In for its record-breaking 81,000. Wait a minute. Oh, nope, the turnstile count just came in. The number is under review. Till then, give me that award back like it's the Heisman. And last and most importantly, the 2023 Wrestling Documentary of the Year? Come on, bro, it's the pipe bomb problem. We out here making movies on this app, nigga. Check out this video about all the Easter eggs in CM Punk's return promo and subscribe. What awards do you want to give to the best and worst of 2023? Tell me in the comments.